Good morning, everybody. It's Jamie from Sharonatsea Travel, and thanks for joining me here on Norwegian's beautiful cruise ship, the Norwegian Joy. That's right, I've spent the last couple days with my family on this breakaway class beautiful cruise ship holding just under 5,000 passengers, and I thought today was the day to get up extra early and take you guys for a tour around the cruise ship. This is how I like to do my ship tours. I get up at around 4:30 in the morning. We like to cruise through the ship, excuse the pun, while there's no one else around for the most part. So we're not bothering anybody and they're not bothering us. Now I'm starting out here in the atrium area on deck 6. We're gonna go forward in a minute, but I wanna let you know that below me are just a couple of decks with not much going on besides cruise cabins, although deck 5 does have the Splash Academy, and that's in the aft of the ship. So if you're traveling with the little ones, that's a place you definitely wanna check out. Here's a little glimpse of that. Down to deck 5 in the aft part of the ship, you have the Splash Academy. That's right, this is where all the kids will go based on their age group. You're gonna wanna make sure that you register them, get them signed in. There's some different hallways where they're gonna take the kids. I can tell you a few things based on our experience with our son. These areas for the kids are extremely secure when the kids are here, and they take great care of them. And this is where you will sign them in, and they stay securely behind that little gate right there. They can't get in and out without a parent or a guardian coming to get them. So now let's get back up to that atrium. And now what we want to do is head forward all the way to the forward end of the ship, and then we're going to go all the way back, and then we're going to go again deck by deck by deck all the way up to the top of the ship before we wrap this thing up. So if you're ready to go, let's get this party started. So like I mentioned, I want to start here on deck 6, and I want to give you some perspective on how the ship is laid out. So I'm on the forward part of the ship. The ship has 2 main elevator banks. Let me show you. All right, so here in the forward part of the ship, we've got the main stairs that go all the way up to the upper decks, okay? And then right here, I'm looking at the main forward elevator bank. There's gonna be 8 elevators here, and they're all gonna go all the way up to deck 18 or 19, depending on which one you get on, and they'll all go down to deck 4. One thing that I do like is that at each elevator bank, you're gonna find some great digital screens that'll give you a lot of information on where you are and where you wanna go. So for instance, right here, we are on deck 6. We are forward in the elevator bank. And we're gonna take you up front to show you a little bit of what's going on there. And then we'll go deck by deck by deck and show you all this good stuff. Now, if we go to the starboard side of the ship, we're gonna go to the Texas Smokehouse up here, right? One of their nice specialty dining restaurants. Looks like the door's open. We can take a little peek. So if you're into the barbecue style food, you're gonna really like this spot here. All right, there you go. Just a nice spot here. They got the stage. Looks like they're gonna do some performances here as well. A full bar over there for you, and just a cool little spot to hang out and have dinner with the family. Before we leave this area, let me show you, there is a library and card room this way. So if you're looking for a little quiet time, they've got you taken care of right in here. You've got books, you can play some games, and please, no food or drink beyond this point. Now as we come over to the port side of the ship, that's right, port is left. You know how I remember that? 4 letters in port, 4 letters in left. You're gonna find a selection of bathrooms. I always like to point out the bathrooms. It's important to know where the can is when you're cruising. So you've got those. Now here on deck 6, we just have the Q's Texas Smokehouse forward. There is access to the theater, but that's a crew access only. So we're gonna be going up 1 deck to find the theater. But now that we're back at these elevators, let's walk all the way back to the aft of the ship and see what there is here on deck 6 for us. Again, for perspective, we're just leaving the forward elevator and stair bank area, and we're coming into the main atrium area here on this beautiful ship. Now on the port side here, you're gonna have guest services and a shore excursion desk. Then you're gonna have your cruise next desk, and that's when you want to purchase some cruise dollars that you can use towards your next cruise, and you're gonna get additional perks when you do that, so that's kind of cool. Right here is a big, beautiful screen, and they're gonna have lots and lots of fun events here in the atrium. Bands playing, games, game shows, all kinds of cool stuff. And up top is gonna be access from above at the local, but we'll talk about that in a minute. We'll tell you what the local is, we'll show you what that is. Now right here, you're gonna have your main atrium bar. And if you're wondering what that noise is, well, that's Starbucks getting fired up. That's right, guys, they've got a full Starbucks here. They're not quite open yet, but they are getting the party started. Finally, here on the starboard side of the ship, there is an internet desk, the Connect at Sea internet cafe right here. So if you need help getting your internet connected, this is gonna be a place to go to. And back here is a perspective studio, and that's where you're gonna find all your photo packages, your fancy photo stuff, besides all the regular pictures they take. You can come back here and have some very special moments captured for your great memories. I showed you where that library was with the games and the tables. Well, that's right back there. So now this is what it's like being on the main stage in the atrium. Here's one more full look at the whole place before we get out of here. And if you're performing on stage, just know that all those chairs will be filled with people watching you as well. All right, so let's head back to the aft area. On this ship, there's only one way to get back there, one main thoroughfare, so it's gonna be really easy to maneuver. Again, as we go through some of these areas of the ship, you're gonna have these digital boards you can go to that'll help you make plans, help you do things like make dining reservations, exploring the ship and knowing where you're at and where you're going. If you're looking for what kind of entertainment's going on, you can find that. You want some shore excursion information, you can get that too. So you'll find a bunch of these around the elevators and throughout the cruise ship, which is pretty convenient. I like that about this ship. All right, as we get towards the midship area of the Joy, on the starboard side, you have the social. It's kind of like a dance club. They have comedy and things like that in here as well. They'll do some late night clubbing in here too. There's just a little look at what it looks like in here. Some of the folks getting ready to work early in the morning. Good morning. It's always fun to walk around the ship this early. People are always surprised to see you when you pop in. But they always say hi and give you a smile and a wave, and that's awesome. So that was the social. Right here midship, you do have a beautiful chandelier going all the way up, and you can access deck 6, 7, and 8 through this beautiful glass stairway. Now over here on the port side, you've got the teppanyaki restaurant here. If you love teppanyaki style cooking, some people call it hibachi. You know, it's the one where they cook it right at the table for you. That's very cool. And there are plenty of tables in here for you to check out. That's kind of nice. There's a lot of ships with only 4 or 5 or 6 tables. These guys look to have at least a dozen. And right across the way here is a very popular spot, Malting's Whiskey Bar. Comfortable lounge, full bar back there. If you're a whiskey fan, this is where you're gonna wanna be. They're gonna do whiskey tastings in here and things like that. So Malting's Whiskey Bar right there, midship, starboard side. If you're purchasing art, you're gonna park it right here, and they're gonna take as much of your money as they can. I promise you that. Speaking of art, here's a look at some art right now as we walk towards the aft area of the ship. And ahead of us is gonna be the mix bar. Now this bar at night is always hopping, and that is because on either side of it are what I like to call the satellite main dining rooms. We'll show you the Manhattan room in a minute, but right here on one side, the port side, is a restaurant called Savor. And over here is a restaurant called Taste. These are gonna be serving the same menu each night as the main dining room, but they're just alternative places you can go to for dinner. And let's say you have a large party and there's not room in one dining room, you can always check out another one. They're very similar, but they do have a little different style to them. And the mix bar right here is a great place to have a pre-dinner cocktail. And if you're lucky, there'll be somebody jamming out on that piano. And if you're unlucky, it'll just be someone's kid who jumps up there and starts pounding on the keys. But don't tell anybody I said that. All right, so here's a look at the other one. See, just a little different style, a little different vibe. Oh, we sat right here at this table the other night for dinner with some friends. So you can get a great meal in any one of the main dining rooms on the cruise ship. Now we're getting to that aft elevator bank. So for perspective, we were at the forward elevator bank earlier. Now we've got 8 elevators here in the aft part of the ship. One great place to take pictures is this little nook right ahead here. People get on this couch and they take some of the wildest and craziest pictures. And of course right here, you also have a lot of the paraphernalia from the beginnings of this cruise ship, including the massive ship model of the Joy, and a lot of plaques and memories from different cruise ports that the Joy has visited. First time visits in places, usually the ship gets a little plaque from the town, from the community. So that's pretty cool. We've got restrooms on each side of the area back here. And guys, that's it. That is deck 6. We've wrapped the whole thing up. We started in the front, came all the way to the back, and now we're gonna go all the way up, all the way forward, and we're gonna check out that Joy Theater and see what else deck 7 has to offer. All right, well, I mentioned what we're gonna do is we're gonna go all the way to the back of each deck and then back to the front to do it again. So now we are up on deck 7, one deck higher than where we were, and we're all the way at the front elevator bank. So let me turn around the camera and give you that perspective. So in front of me is the main staircase that goes all the way up. I've got the 8 elevators. Again, I mentioned you've got your little boards right here, your digital displays that'll help out answer a lot of your questions when you're trying to get around the ship. Now forward here is going to be the Joy Theater. You can enter on either side. Let's go in on the port side. A quick note, there is access here to get out to a little area where you can walk around outside. Little area you can come out and view things. It is windy. It is a little bit chilly out here this morning, so I'm not going to take you too far around here. There is another area above on the next deck up that I'm going to show you that you're really going to want to know about. But right here is just a little outdoor area for you. Now let's get back in and check out that theater. And a quick note, restrooms. You're going to find a lot of like women on the port side, men on the other side, and vice versa in different places. Okay, I know it's closed, but we just want to take a look. Please. Thank you. Okay, so here we go. The Joy Theater here on the Norwegian Joy. And here you go. Here's a great, great look. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not 100% sure what kind of access there is to those lower levels. If you can come in on the deck below or not. It looks like access is just gonna be from up here on deck 7. But this just gives you a little feel for the layout of the theater. Great views all around. A nice big stage. Fabulous electronics that they work with. And you're gonna find different shows in here. Like tonight we're gonna be, I think, going to the Elements show, so that's gonna be cool. They're gonna have musical performances in here as well. A lot of great events. So there you go, that is the Joy Theater. One more look around. If you notice, all the chairs are blue, but down there they have some ones with gray tops. I wanna say those are gonna be like Haven reserve seats. So if you have some status here on the ship, and if you're staying in the Haven area, which is the upper area, the higher end, pay a lot extra for perks type of area, that's where you're gonna be sitting. But there you go, guys, the Joy Theater. Very nice theater. It's not huge, but it's definitely capable. Just keep an eye out for where you sit, because there are a few poles here, and they could definitely affect your view depending on where you're sitting. Now you can walk all the way across, which is what we'll do. And we'll exit the theater on the starboard side. On the starboard side, really quick, they have an area called the box office. On the first day of the cruise or during the cruise, you may be able to come here and make arrangements and reservations for different things, different shows, events, and stuff like that. So that's just a little something to know about as well. The box office right here at the Joy Theater entrance, deck 7. All right, so now we're exiting the theater on the starboard side. We're gonna head to the local. There's a few ways to get to the local. There's one way right here on the starboard side. It's an entrance through a little arcade they have. Let me just give you a glimpse of this. All right, they just got some fun games, a couple little VR things in here. Nothing super fancy, but just something to keep the kids busy while the grown-ups are maybe finishing a drink or something to eat at the local restaurant. So that's kind of cool. And you'll see where this is when I get into the local, and that'll kind of make a little more sense for you. Again, they do have that access to the outer area right there. If you need to cool off a little bit, take a walk around the deck, take a look at the ocean, you can definitely do that right there. Now we're back at that elevator bank, right, in the forward area where we just started this thing on deck 7. Now we're gonna head to the back of the ship. Again, there's gonna be one main way to go back there. And what you're gonna find is we're entering the local bar and grill. On the right side, you have a lot of seating. On the left, you've got this counter seating here, which is great to be watching shows and fun stuff going on downstairs. They've got the full bar here and a lot of high top seating as well. They're ready for people coming down for a quick breakfast because these guys are gonna serve food virtually 24 hours a day. And there's that look all the way down to watch any entertainment. So if there's something going on down there in the atrium and you wanna have a great view, park yourself right up here at one of these seats and you can see everything going on. All right, now let's move into, this could be one of the favorite spots on the cruise ship, and that's gonna be the Joy Casino. As you enter, you got some fun games here, slot machines, and maybe you remember that chandelier from when we were on deck 6. Well, now here it is from deck 7. All right, and on the starboard side of the ship, we've got the casino, we've got the slot machines, we've got table games. There's also a little high roller room right over there too. If you want to spend a little extra money, feel free to do that. The Joy will accept it. And then over here, we've got more slot machines, more table games, the cashier, and the Players Club window there. If you're gonna spend some money, make sure you're signed up with the Players Club so you can get some benefits from it. But they're gonna have all your blackjack tables here. You're gonna see anywhere from $10 to $15 to $25 betting minimums. There's a roulette table here, and there's one on the other side as well. There is one craps table. I don't mind telling you that this roulette wheel treated us pretty good last night. The craps table's over there, but we're not quite done with the casino yet. Some more games as we keep walking back through the hallway. Now, if you love to smoke while you're playing in the casino, this is the spot for you. They do have a smoking casino that's gonna have a nice selection of slot machines as well as table games. So the smokers have not been forgotten on this cruise ship. You've got the Skyline Casino Bar right here. And right around the corner, there are some more slot machines. Down that way. Oh, I know, I'm just doing a little ship tour. So I'm just walking through. Thanks, buddy. And they do have little poker games built into the bar, so that's kind of cool. And now we are back at the aft bank of elevators right here. You've got your 8 elevators. So we just came all the way through there, and now we're walking all the way through, and we're coming to the Manhattan room. This is the main dining room. I know that sounds silly, but I mentioned there's kind of 3 main dining rooms, but this is the big, beautiful one. We've got restrooms on each side, and now let's take a look. Here's an idea of what they've got for dinner tonight. Appetizers. They usually have some classic entrees each night and a selection of featured items. For an upcharge, you can get some steaks and things like that from Cagney Steakhouse here in the dining room. And of course, don't forget dessert. Now, one thing about dining on Norwegian, there are no set dining times. It is all considered freestyle. You make a reservation, and pretty soon you'll be sitting down eating. If you have larger parties, you're gonna wanna find out how to make those reservations in advance. Usually anything more than 9 can be a little challenging, so keep that in mind. But here's a beautiful look at the main dining room, the Manhattan room here on the Joy. Beautiful, formal, elegant, it's gorgeous. And there we are, wrapping it up in the aft of the ship. All right, now we've jumped to deck 8, and we are at the forward elevator bank right here. Let me give you that perspective again. Now on this particular deck, there's not gonna be anything but cabins going forward, but I do wanna show you 2 things that I really like here on this ship, and one of my favorite places, as a matter of fact. As we turn the camera around, we see the staircase that goes up and down. Okay, and if you go to the starboard side of the ship, you're gonna find the Food Republic, which is kind of a Asian fusion, sort of dining experience. This will be considered a specialty restaurant. So we'll just give you a little look at that back here. So that's the Food Republic. You're gonna get some sushi, again, Asian style foods back here. It's gonna be fabulous. Also, you're gonna have an entrance to what they call the waterfront. If we go out right here on this cruise ship, you're gonna find the waterfront, and you're also gonna find the Humidor Cigar Lounge right out here as well. So if you're into having a cigar, you can enter right in here. Oh, the sweet, sweet smell of the cigars is in here. And they've got a nice little area that you can sit in here and enjoy a cigar. Not the biggest cigar lounge around, but it's comfortable and it's accessible from out on the outer deck. So that keeps the cigar smell to a minimum inside. And they will have a selection of cigars you can purchase as well. They actually have a little phone. If you want to purchase a cigar, you give a call and somebody will come down here. And this will be open basically 24 hours. I mean, it's barely 6 in the morning and it's open right now. And we're gonna show you some more of it as we go down, but the waterfront area here is here on deck 8, where all the way from the front to the back of the ship, you're gonna have access to restaurants, bars, and it's an entire outdoor experience. So we'll show you more of that. We'll walk it a little bit as we get closer to midship, but I just wanna give you an idea of how you can access it from the front of the ship. All right, now we're heading back to those elevators. I'm going to show you a great place here on the port side of the ship. And yes, you're going to have access to the waterfront on both sides of the ship here. Of course, men's rooms, ladies' rooms, plenty of them. Here's where you can access the waterfront. And by the way, this is how you're going to open the door. Pretty cool, huh? Back here is the District Brew House. If you're a fan of beer and some good tunes, this is a fabulous place to hang out. They have a great selection of beer, plenty of beers on tap. They make cocktails here as well. We had a fabulous day here during a bar tour with our group. And it's just awesome. You're gonna have a lot of good service. It's a lot of fun and a great place to hang out. Right, now let's get back to the elevator bank and start walking backwards on this deck. Okay, we're back at the elevator bank here, deck 8 forward, and we're gonna head to the back of the ship. And there's plenty to see, do, and eat here on deck 8. First thing we find here on the port side of the ship is La Cucina. That's right, the Italian style dining area, very popular here on the Joy, on all the Norwegian cruise ships, I should say. And they will have a little bar here as well for you. So La Cucina is located right here. A little bit more of a look. It's simple, it's basic, but it's darn good food. And yes, you can access an outdoor area where you can dine as well. Across the way, you have Cellar's Wine Bar right here. So if you're a wine fan, they're gonna be able to take great care of you. You're gonna have tastings and things like that as well. But this bar, just for the wine lovers, I don't know that you can get any old fashions or beer here, guys. It's just gonna be wine. A few steps back and we have Ocean Blue. Very popular seafood, specialty dining here on the cruise ship. There's more access to an outdoor area where you can dine, or they get you taken care of right back here. Okay, again, nothing too fancy, but the food will be fabulous. Okay, now we're getting to the midship area. Now, if you like to shop, this is gonna be where you wanna go. And drink, shop and drink. Let's go with that combination. We're entering the trade winds, tax, and duty-free area. Now, the first shopping we have on the right is called the Sandbar. That's on the port side. They've got your booze and your butts, guys. Booze and your butts. It even says they've got sundries, electronics, confectionery, tobacco, and liquor right there for you. Now you've got a super cool place called the Cavern Club. All right, this kind of simulates an old Liverpool bar or pub. One of the most famous clubs in the world, the Cavern Club. They'll have different things going on here on this ship that are all about the Beatles. So every night they'll have different tributes from tribute bands, Beatlemania, Abbey Road, Sgt. Pepper's, a lot of cool stuff. Let's see if we can poke in here and give you a look. It's a small little venue, it's intimate, Okay, a little band plays up there. You just have a nice table, kind of a lounge vibe. You got the bar back here. And one thing I do want to show you, I mentioned that waterfront. Some people don't find out till a couple days into the cruise. But on the outside of the Cavern Club is a Cavern Club bar. They've got seating out here, and they've got the bar here. Yes, they'll have a TV here as well. But this is an awesome place to just hang out, some cool ocean air, and get some great cocktails. The service out here has been tremendous. That is the Cavern Club waterfront bar. All right, now let's head back in. Now right across from the Cavern Club is a very popular bar called the Sugarcane Mojito Bar. All right, if you are a fan of mojitos, this is where you're gonna wanna be. We've had some delicious, delicious mojitos here. They'll have a little band playing in here as well, so that's pretty cool. And you have access to an outer area here too. There's gonna be a bar here. So same as the other side. You got some nice seating out here, and you're gonna have the full bar out here as well. So the Sugarcane and the Cavern Club both have outside bars on the waterfront to check out. I love that. All right, so that was midship. And you know how I know it's midship? Because here's that chandelier. All right, the one that goes all the way down. There's deck 7, there's deck 6. Now we're gonna continue heading to the aft of the ship. And this is where some of the heavy shopping kicks in. You like the Effie stuff? They've got it right here for you. Beautiful stuff. All right, so they're gonna have shopping here in the walkway, but then down here, they are also gonna have plenty of stores. The time zone for watches. The Effie store is gonna be right here. The Tides Boutique. More shopping here in the middle. The beauty shop is gonna be over here. And of course, all of your electronics, your camera needs, your GoPros, your DSLR cameras, all that kind of stuff. And this is also gonna be the photo gallery. When you see those guys and gals taking pictures of you all over the cruise ship and even off the cruise ship, and they say, what cabin are you? Well, you're just gonna come in here. You're gonna enter in your information. I'll show you how it works. You tap your key card, it reads you, and then it'll show you all the pictures you've taken throughout the week. Now, yes, they have imprints on them right now, but once you purchase these pictures, then they will download digitally to your phone, and you'll be all set to take those memories home with you. So there you go. Look, it was New Year's Eve. We had a blast. Better log out. Nobody else wants to see my pictures. So there you go. Electronics, cameras, gimbals, GoPro stuff. They've got you taken care of right here. All right, let's turn around and head back a little bit more. You guys are seeing why I love to do these ship tours so early in the morning, right? I mean, there's nobody around. You can see everything without anyone getting in the way and without us getting in anyone's way. All right, guys, so here we're coming to the aft of the ship. So we just passed through the aft elevator bank, 8 elevators, all right? You've got stairs in the aft as well, just like in the forward. Forward, there's one main staircase. In the aft, there's usually smaller staircases on each side of the ship. And now we're getting into La Bistro and Cagney's Steakhouse. These are 2 of the most popular dining areas on the cruise ship. And right between them, we're coming up to the A-list bar. That's right, so you have reservations at either of these dining rooms. La Bistro is on one side. Cagney Steakhouse is on the other. And by the way, we ate there the other night. It was fabulous. And then you got the bar in the middle. So if you get here for your reservation, your table's not ready yet, or you get here early and you can have a little cocktail to get ready for the night. So just give you a quick look around here at Cagney's. It's very cool. There's a lot of food preparation that goes on right here. Looking at it now versus the other night, it's unbelievable. But the restaurant is big, goes all the way back. Very formal, very nice. It's a great touch. if you're saying, Jamie, what's down there? Well, that's that Manhattan room that we just saw a few minutes ago. Right down there. And now here we come over to La Bistro. Again, very nice, very formal, gorgeous. All right, so we've seen decks 6, 7, and 8, right? And tons of stuff going on those decks. Now we've jumped up because decks 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, not much going on there. I think the medical center's in there on deck 13, and the rest of them are just cruise cabins. Now we've gotten up to deck 15, not much going on except all the way in the front of the ship here. You have an amazing place called the Observation Lounge. The Observation Lounge is going to be a fabulous place you can go to, have amazing views, have snacks. You know what? Why am I telling you that? Why don't I just show you? Deck 15, all the way forward, Observation Lounge. Check this out. Here we go, into the Observation Lounge through the starboard side of the ship. On any given day, this place can be totally packed with people. They got a little washy-washy area here. Lots of sitting, relaxing, being comfortable. And they have windows where you can look outside. I know it's a little dark. Remember I mentioned that it's early in the morning? But during the day, you'll have amazing, amazing views here. And of course, you can get a little bit of juice, a little bit of coffee, and they're gonna have snacks for early risers up here as well. So that's fabulous. Let me show you the rest of this, then we'll take a look at those snacks. All right, so it's just after 6 in the morning. We're starting to see some early risers getting up. But now we're seeing a little bit more of the Observation Lounge. But my favorite part will be when we get all the way forward here. They got the full bar they're setting up here. Good morning, good morning. And they've got a little Starbucks right up front here too, guys. So this lounge goes all the way around to the other side of the ship. But you can get yourself a drink, come on up here, and you can get comfy. And yes, right now it's dark. When that sun comes out, the views here are just amazing. Plenty of seating, folks are already getting comfortable in here. So the Observation Lounge, it's gonna be on every Norwegian ship for the most part, the newer ships for sure. What a great place to come and spend some relaxing time. And I think that's what I'm gonna do right now. All right, I told you I'd show you a little bit of the food. They've got cereal, milk up here. They've got some fruit, and look at these beautiful little tasty treats. Good morning. So this is a great way to get your day started right here, early, before anything else is open, right here in the Observation Lounge. I might need one of those croissants. Well, listen, we're not done yet. I still got a little more of this cruise ship to show you, but I needed this coffee. I mean, I really needed this coffee. So it's just about 10 after 6 right now in the morning. Things are gonna start filling up here, but what we're gonna go to next is deck 16. That's gonna be the main pool deck area. That's also gonna be the buffet, so we'll take a walk through that. And we'll go up a few more decks. There's also some cool stuff to show you, including the Speedway. You're not gonna wanna miss that, but before I get up there, let me just say thanks a lot for joining me today. I hope you like this style of ship tour, and if you do, hey, do me a favor, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when more videos and more content's coming out. If you need to book a cruise, contact my amazing wife, Sharon, and if you email her at sharonatsea@gmail.com, sharonatsea@gmail.com, see if I can put it right down here for you, then she can help you book any cruise to any place, anywhere, at any time. She's amazing. So again, thanks for joining me. I'm gonna finish this coffee up. Cheers to you guys. I'm gonna see you in a minute. All right, so you saw the Observation Lounge and you saw me enjoying the heck out of a cup of coffee, but now it's time to see more of this ship. Here's that forward elevator bank. I don't know if you can see through there, but that's the pool deck, but we're gonna get there in a minute. Don't get too excited. First, we have to see the garden cafe. That's right, the entire front of the ship on this deck is the buffet area. Now, I don't think that it's open, but we will take a look. We will take a look. There might be some food out here. So if there is, I'll show you what some of it looks like. Make sure you washy-washy. Usually they have a guy out here singing the washy-washy song. Oh, that is a washy-washy guy maybe right there. Maybe he's getting ready for his shift. But they've got the big buffet. I'll tell you what, this place gets very busy, but I am yet to struggle at all. In a couple of trips here, I'm yet to struggle to find a table, I should say. So they're gonna have omelet stations, right? Eggs and omelets here. Yeah, they got all your toast. All the usual stuff they're gonna have it, so. Some people are just up here waiting for this to open. I think it opens here in a little bit. I don't see anyone sitting and eating. And looks like it's still closed off. But hot breakfast is just a few minutes away, and this is where the buffet will be. It goes all the way to the front of the ship and all the way around the front, so you have beautiful views as well. And guys, there's a full bar right here too. They're gonna serve Starbucks coffee here, but they got a full assortment of beer, wine, liquor. They've got everything you need, so that's a very nice touch. As soon as you come in, you can get yourself a drink. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. And I love that. So you get yourself a drink and then you can go about your business. All right, so we're gonna keep on moving now. Keep this tour going. We're coming towards the end, not too much longer. On each side of the ship here, outside of the buffet, you're gonna have some access to the outdoor area too. Okay, and when you come out here, it's really just gonna be some overflow seating. Okay, you can actually grab your breakfast and come out here if you want. It's a little cool, there's a nice breeze. And you're gonna have that on both sides of the ship right here. All right, so we're back here in the forward elevator bank. And now it's time to see what's going on the Lido. Guys already out there working, cleaning. It's always amazing to see all the people working constantly on these cruise ships. All right, and here we go. Looks like the sun's starting to come up a little bit. It's just gorgeous out here. They're doing a full cleanup here of the deck, and then they're gonna put all the chairs out for the day. Should be a big day out here because it is a sea day, as we just left Puerto Vallarta yesterday and we're heading back home. Now right here, in the forward area of the Lido deck, you got the Waves bar, fun bar, always a good time right here. They've got a pool here, which is a nice size, and it's an adults only pool. So that's kind of a nice feature. You don't see that on a lot of cruise ships. Usually you got a lot of kids swimming. You can see up there, you got the big slide, but right over here is a kids play area. That's why there's the adult pool and the kid play area, and then they got a pool here that the kids can go into as well. They've got a shower here for when you get out of the pool. Hot tubs are up and running already, so that's kind of cool. The guys are taking the chairs out right now, and of course you got the big screen right there to watch during the day too. So that's a little look here at this Lido deck area. And then as we go over here, you have the surf bar. So there's a waves bar and the surf bar here in the Lido area. If you're a smoker, they do have a small, very small, unfortunately for the smokers, smoking lounge right here. So that's something you can check out too. So there you go, one last look at the Lido deck, the pool area here, getting set up for a big day. We're gonna go to the back area here. A few more things to show you. Oh, more restrooms. Women, men, adjacent to the pool. That's a nice touch. All right, so as we get to the back of deck 16, there's a few things you're gonna wanna see back here. Right here's the aft elevator bank. Okay, aft elevators right here. Now right over here is the Mandara spa area. So if you're into a little spa time, you can go in there. The spa and salon is over here. I'm sorry I don't have any video of that. And as we come back here, we've got the video arcade and also the Entourage Teen Lounge is gonna be back here, guys. So all the way back, deck 16 in the aft area. Nice air hockey table. And here's the Entourage Teen Lounge. Nobody over 18. Because it's designed for under 18 and I'm slightly over 18. But that's a look there at the arcade area here on the ship, all the way in the back of deck 16. Let's get out of here and go back up one level on deck 17. right, now that we're on deck 17, I'm just gonna do something a little different. I'm not gonna go to the front of the ship right now. And I'll tell you why in a minute, but let me show you what is back here. So we are at the aft elevators on deck 17. Okay, now notice now the elevator bank is cut in half. There's no more elevators on this side. There's just elevators on the starboard side. But one very fun and cool place to hang out on this ship is the Spice H2O area. A lot of fun on vacation day. If you love a huge, huge hot tub, it's a great place to hang out as well. Dance parties go on back here as well. And this is the Spice H2O, the aft deck. Oh, it's amazing. Over here on the port side, there's a massive hot tub. And I mean massive. And over here on the starboard side is a nice bar area. Then right here is a very nice deck area where they have all kind of events and fun stuff going on, a nice screen, and a cool little place to hang out. So this is the Spice H2O, and a beautiful view as people come out here to watch the sun come up. It's just gorgeous. All right, now we're gonna head back inside. I got a few more things to show you. Hang in there. All right, really quick. Here in the back of deck 17, you've got the Pulse Fitness Center. Now there are people working out back there. I'm not trying to spy on them, but I'll just give you a little look. Lots of fitness equipment, lots of things you can work out on here. Treadmills, ellipticals, bikes, free weights, they've got it all. So that's gonna be the fitness center here, deck 17 aft. And right across the way is the diner. I'm gonna go by a different entrance. It's asking to check out the forward entrance. So let's do that. Again, these are the elevator banks right here, aft deck 17. Remember I said none over here, they're just on this side now. All right, and here we go, the American Diner. This venue used to be an upcharge, but recently they changed the menu, they downsized it a little bit, and it has become complimentary. Usually it's open, I think in the afternoons, like 2 to 6 or something like that. So keep an eye on that in your daily planner. Now right here would be the Norwegian Joy Speedway, but unfortunately the Speedway is not open. I don't know if we're gonna get another way to see that, so I'll look into that for us. But they do have the Speedway here where you can go up there, check in for your scheduled race. You're gonna wanna make reservations for that, and you can have a great time. So now we're heading forward here on deck 17. One thing to note, there is a jogging track here. So when you see these lines on the ground, don't walk in them unless you're very aware of what's going on, because you might get run over by a very physically fit and active jogger. Now here we're coming back to the midship area where the pool deck is. You can see now the chairs are coming out to the deck. You get a little better look at the area. If you went up here, you could get onto the water slides right here. So this is a water slide access. Go up a couple levels of the stairs and go down and have a good time. They're also gonna have the side of the ship water slide, which you can access up there from the Speedway entrance. Just like the other side of the deck there, we can't get up to the Speedway entrance level right now, but if you could, that's where you'd see the race cars, and you get all the way up to that drop slide up there. That actually goes out to the side of the ship. It's wild. And now we've just got a little bit more to go, so let's see what else is up front. Now this area up here is clear too, but they will be putting a row of lounge chairs up here to hang out for the day. They got a stairway on that side to get up and down from deck 17 to 16. Another look at the kids area, the whirlpools, the hot tubs right there. Right up there, guys, is a dining area. That's actually the Haven dining room. They have an outside area for the Haven guests. If you need a little ping pong fix, they've got you right here, forward deck 17. Okay, now we're back inside, forward elevators. Now I mentioned the Haven, guys. If you don't know already, the Haven is the extremely exclusive part of the cruise ship on NCL Cruises, where you will pay a pretty penny to stay, but have the most amazing experience on a cruise ship that you might ever have. You've literally got butlers for your cabin. They've got all exclusive dining, exclusive pool, exclusive bars. You don't even have to leave the Haven area if you don't want to. So that'll cost a couple extra bucks. And I'm not kidding when I say a couple extra, but it might be worth it to you if it's in your budget and you think it's good value. So you can look into that too. Remember, you can do that when you're booking a cruise with Sharon. All right, let's see if there's anything else to see on this cruise ship. Well, in addition to the Haven being up front, you also have the Vibe Beach Club. Now this is an exclusive area that any guest can just pay extra to be a part of. They've got their own lounging area, all their own deck chairs, their own bar, and it's a fabulous exclusive experience. I'm not sure the prices, it's gonna vary for each ship. You could spend an extra 200 bucks and have access to this area each day of your cruise. So that's definitely something to look into. And let's look to wrap it up. And just for the record, before we wrap it up, there is mini golf. It is gonna be in the aft area of the ship, back there towards where the speedway was. Again, something I wasn't able to access at the moment, but as the day opens up, you can definitely get out there. So that's the deal, that's the breakdown. And let's wrap up this tour. Well, listen, that's a wrap. I'm back down here on deck. I don't know, I think it's 18 now. Over my shoulder is gonna be the pool deck, and we've seen everything on this cruise ship. So let me just say thank you so much for joining me, hanging out for a while, taking a look at the Norwegian Joy. It's a beautiful ship. We can't wait to sail her again. This was a Pacific sailing down to the Mexican Riviera. We left out of Los Angeles, 7-day cruise, and everything has been pretty darn good as NCL always is. So again, thanks for joining me. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe, share the video with friends, and until next time, we'll see you guys in the next video.